Ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to announce that we are finally getting substantial changes to Battlefield 6 that will drastically improve the game today. A brand new update is coming out today, and I'm going to read the patch notes and explain some of the changes to you. And just reading down these notes, every change is just heavy hitter after important fix. And thank God, because, dude, some of the things that have gone unaddressed in this game for so long, we're just getting a little old, and I think a lot of people will resonate with that. So let's start going over this brand new update. If you enjoy Battlefield 6 and want to keep up to date with the game, this is the channel for you. Be sure to hit that sub button, hit the like button as well so YouTube knows what's up. And as of this video coming out, the update should be out for a lot of you. So if you've already played it and experienced some of these changes, let me know what you think in the comments. Starting this video off with a bang, DICE has fixed not one, but two separate spread bugs that affect gunplay and have most likely gotten everyone watching this video killed at least a few times. The first spread bug they fixed was an issue where spread would be way higher than normal when going from sprint to shooting your weapon in ADS. So that transition, right? Sprinting right into shooting, sometimes your weapon would reach max spread and you would literally just shoot around your target rather than actually hitting it. One of the most infuriating bugs in the game. I certainly hope it is fixed. Again, let me know if this is fixed if you've played this update today in the comments so I can wake up and read it. That'll make my morning a lot better before I actually get my hands on the update. And then the second spread bug they fixed was an issue where spread would incorrectly scale with your movement. So basically what it was doing is it would always assume the player was moving at the maximum movement speed for the selected stance, whether it be crouching, standing, strafing, whatever it may be. That will affect your accuracy and your spread values. So those two things right there massively affected the gunplay of the game, and hopefully they are fixed, and this isn't one of those things where, you know, they say it's fixed and then it isn't actually fixed, which is a classic DICEism, but I'm just going to assume they locked in this time. The next absolutely massive changes they made have to do with landing animations and excessive camera and weapon movement while aiming down sights while performing movement abilities such as landing after a jump or sliding. These changes have the potential to be possibly the most important fixes in these patch notes, even over the drone bug fix, which we will get to later, and the spread bug fixes. Reason being is them tuning landing animations and the aim down sight sway will allow the game to basically just take more skill. It will open the game up. It will give the game a larger skill gap. The specific changes they made read as follows. They've tuned landing animations and reduced excessive camera and weapon movement when aiming down sights, improving visual stability during and after landing sequences. This update also resolves instances where the aim down sights aim could be displaced when sliding. Translating that from developer speak into how this will actually play in game, basically, aggressive movement, like using the slide aggressively, using the jump aggressively, will be more viable, but not overpowered. That's a very important distinction. If you time it right, if you place it right, you might be able to use the aggressive movement a little better in fights. Now, before we move on to the more important changes in this update, I want to take this opportunity to be an asshole, because that is what a lot of people have been to me on Twitter and on pretty much every social media platform regarding my opinion on Battlefield 6's movement system and the aim down sights penalties. How does it feel to lose? How does it feel that I was right the entire time? Because DICE is agreeing with me, yes, the penalties were too harsh. Yes, they were over-nerfed, and that is exactly what I said on Twitter 2 months ago when I used a video from the Equa, and I just simply stated, yeah, the aim down sights penalties look ridiculous, and these nerfs are completely unwarranted, and the entirety of Battlefield Twitter dragged me. I mean, I got like 2,000 quote retweets, fucking gigantic Twitter accounts telling me to go back to COD. Fuck all of you. You are all wrong, and I'm actually 1,000,000% right, and I always have been right about this. Fuck off. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, back to the regularly scheduled program here, talking about the other very important changes. The next extremely important fix is they fixed the issue where lock-on guided missiles could not be countered by air vehicles when they use their flares. This was game-breaking for air vehicle gameplay, and I am certain a lot of air vehicle players are celebrating right now. Finally, we can play the game. And an equally important change is the dreaded and extremely abused drone bug that allowed you to reach areas of height that are unintended is being fixed. This was the bug where you stand on the drone and hit it with a sledgehammer, and you can get on top of bridges and rooftops that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. To the players that abuse this bug for weeks on end, I cannot wait to see you dazed and confused, unaware of what to do without your precious bug you abused for weeks to get cheap kills on Sobek City and Empire State and Cairo and wherever else you little scumbags did this. And I told you guys at the beginning of the video, every change in this update is just like important, essential, game fixing, wonderful. It's nice to have a hard-hitting update. Moving down the list, another incredibly important bug they fixed was the bug where vehicles did not spawn correctly on Breakthrough and Conquest. I first encountered this playing Mirak Attack on Breakthrough, and the main battle tank simply wasn't there. So that's certainly a great fix. It'll definitely impact gameplay on many, many maps, not just Mirak. And as for the update, that is pretty much it. These are the heavy-hitting changes, but I do want to point out we were supposed to have these changes when the Season 1 update dropped. These were the changes that we sort of got rug pulled on. Now, we are getting them today, but I think I speak for everyone when I say this better not happen again with an update. When patch notes come out and the update gets downloaded onto our computers and consoles, we expect those changes you listed in the patch notes to be in the game. We don't expect them to come later. Now, in terms of other really important issues that are not mentioned in this update, of course we have audio, particularly footstep audio in RedSec and multiplayer. That is not mentioned in this update. That should certainly be addressed in the near future. Netcode is another huge one. I see a lot of people complaining they're dying around corners, and yes, I've absolutely experienced that. Of course, a lot of people are going to heavily focus on some of the challenges being bugged, some of the attachments being bugged, the progression for weapons still being a little bit too slow. But even though there are still a lot of obvious issues with Battlefield 6, I think it's good that they're obvious, and it's good that we know what the docket is, right? It's great to have a list of very obvious things that need to be fixed rather than having to completely restructure the entire game from the ground up like with Battlefield 2042 and like with Battlefield 5. Battlefield 6 is still an excellent base to build off of, and keep in mind, these are only the first few updates. This update we're getting today could very well be one of the best updates Battlefield 6 ever receives in the long term if a lot of the changes they said in this video actually go through and successfully tweak the game in a good way. So that's going to wrap this video up. If you've played this update, definitely let me know in the comment section how it is and if all of these changes actually do what they say. Anti-movement players in absolute shambles after today, hopefully. If you enjoy the content, be sure to hit the sub button, hit the like button, and swing by stream. I honestly can't wait to stream today. So check that out. First link in the description, twitch.tv/enders, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Did you rank that S tier on your... You did rank that S tier on the list, yeah.